Welcome to another edition of Steppin' Up Big Time. I'm your host, Newbury Tone. Steppin' Up, we discuss sports, all sports, and nothing but sports. I'm joined by two sports analysts.
Danny Martinez.
Corey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's part 2 of our direct feedback playoff intent show. And here it is. It's conference final time down to the Final Four in the NBA. So let's concentrate on the Eastern Conference. Will the Detroit Pistons come back and beat the Celtics in the 7-game series?
This is not going to happen. The Celtics have come back to life, and they will win this series in 5 games. I believe that Chauncey Billups is hurting them. I don't know what it is with his hamstring, but he hasn't been performing offensively, hasn't done any of the intangibles, hasn't been a leader on the court. I'd rather have Stuckey in the game for Detroit than Chauncey Billups as it stands right now. This isn't going to happen for the simple fact that the big threes come back. Ray Allen, we've got a Ray Allen sighting. He's back in the building.
Yeah, there was an Amber Alert, actually. Yeah. They found him in Detroit. That's a good thing. So, good thing for his family.
Ray Allen's back. And with the Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Tanner, I don't think that we're going to get stopped. Doc Rivers is coaching.
Yeah, he's coaching. This show's a little bit too positive right now.
Doc Rivers is coaching. I like seeing him after the press conference, tie undone, voice a little raspy from screaming the whole game. I like that. I like to see that we got home court advantage back. I don't see the Celtics losing with the home court advantage now, even though they did lose that one game to Detroit with everybody back and all these things working in order. I don't see us losing a home game again. That's why I say that they're winning the series in 5.
Kyrie, who's winning the series?
Boston in 5.
Okay.
The reason why I've been saying it since day one, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the matchups we want.
Yeah.
We just seen it in 3 games, and we saw it in 3 games we played in the regular season. Tayshaun Prince cannot guard Paul Pierce.
No way.
Rasheed Wallace cannot play Kevin Garnett for 45 minutes, 48 minutes a game. He can't. He could do whatever he wants. I mean, both benches, they're pretty solid. They both have guys coming off the bench. Max Seal, they got Stuckey. They got guys come off the bench like we do, who gives them energy, who scores in the points. But, Doc Rivers is doing a great job coaching. Because I really got to give him the edge when we went up to Detroit last game. And, to have us hop on them like no tomorrow was incredible. But I have to get one thing. Do not count out these Detroit Pistons out with a fight. Because still in these 3 games, we have not contained Rich Hamilton. And this guy can get hot. Maybe score 40, 50 points.
I'm checking out the match.
This guy is hot.
First of all, this is the first time I'm going to say it, so, take record. Okay, Doc Rivers is out coaching Flip Saunders.
Yes, he is.
He's out coaching him because Flip Saunders is the Marty Schottenheimer of basketball. Great regular season record. Okay, great regular season, but he can't push you over to the top. They've digressed after Larry Brown. They've digressed, and I'm sorry, Chauncey Billups, when you're injured, hamstring injury, I know it's you. I'm not an athlete, so I don't know how nagging that injury could be. But it's the conference finals. You need to gut it out. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. As an analyst, as a TV analyst who's never played a sport, Chauncey Billups, I think he need to gut it out. I think that's the reason why they're losing, because if you look at every other matchup, Rasheed Wallace and Kevin Garnett got the edge. Okay? Richard Hamilton and Ray Allen, that's kind of a wash. The matchup is Rondo and Billups, and Rondo's winning that. If Rondo wins that matchup, it's done for Detroit.
It's a bad thing.
It's completely done.
You're absolutely right.
Now, do you think he's being outcoached, Flip Saunders?
Flip Saunders is being outcoached, and the Detroit Pistons are going to be outplayed for the rest of the series. It's not so much the match. What you got to see now from the Celtics, this is what I want to see. That shark in the water mentality. I want to see them close out the series. That's what I haven't seen. That's what we haven't seen this playoffs yet. And you haven't seen the Celtics batten down the hatches and completely just take out a competitor.
Let me say this right now. Garnett, you're finally stepping up. He's finally in the 4th quarter, finally doing what it takes. Everyone says, "Newbie, why are you so hard on Kevin Garnett?" Because I know he can be the best player, the most dominant player in the history of the game.
He could.
Because he can play all 5 positions. That's why I'm so hard on Kevin Garnett. They say, "Oh, you're a Celtic hater." No, I love the Celtics. I bleed green. I bleed green. I love my Celtics. That's why I'm bashing Kevin Garnett. And finally, when he does that, look how easy it is. They're winning by 14 on the road. But let's
I think what you have is a team that can beat you in so many ways when they're clicking. I mean, you can have Kevin Garnett score nothing and Paul Pierce score 41.
Yeah.
You can have Ray Allen go off in the second half of a game. You can have Garnett dominate the whole game. It's just so many different ways. Rondo can score 20.
Oh, yeah.
You know, anybody on the team, P.J. Brown will make the last game-winning shot for you. You know, it's so many people on the team that can hurt you.
And I'm sold on P.J. Brown.
P.J. Brown, key acquisition during the season.
Big pickup.
Everybody was on Sam Cassell. P.J. Brown was the key acquisition.
And Sam Cassell, actually, it's funny because they're going to need Sam Cassell sooner or later. They're going to need him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But let's switch to the Western Conference. I think this series is more up in the air. Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. Can San Antonio beat the Los Angeles Lakers? That's going to be tough. And of course, everyone knows San Antonio is my pick. Of course, I'm going back in them. You know, going to the finals. I think San Antonio, this is not over yet.
No.
What do you think, Dan?
This is close to over as it's going to get. Just for the record, these are my pick, the Lakers, versus his pick, the Spurs, and the objective opinion of Kari since his team's out. But what I'm going to let you know is that the Spurs are starting to look old. They started to look old the last series, but now they're really starting to look old. Granted, they had a game back in at home where they revived them a little bit, but the Lakers are a superior team across the board.
Kari, do you want me to get on first?
I have a statement. I have a statement.
Go ahead.
I could never tell. This is why I'm going to say that. Last night showed me a different Spurs team.
Yeah.
They didn't look 40 to me. They looked 22. Coming out of college. Tim Duncan looked like he came out of Wake Forest.
Tim Duncan's playing like Timothy.
Yeah. I mean, they were down 2-0 to the Hornets. Am I right?
Yes, they were.
They completely wiped off the face of earth in those two games. Came back, got their energy up, won game 3. Game 4 got their energy up. It's a whole nother ball game.
Yo, what does this remind you of? This team's old, but they have a great coach.
Yes.
This team's old, but they have a great coach. What team does that remind you of? The New England Patriots.
Right, you're
They're
right.
the Patriot version
They
of
bet that
basketball.
they don't break.
Exactly. The New England Patriots, the linebackers are old. Teddy Bruschi's old.
But he's getting 90 tackles a season.
16-0. You know, that's what's dangerous about San Antonio Spurs. They had that veteran leadership. And I think San Antonio, I like them win this in 7 games. Now, I hope it's Lakers and Celtics. I think
it's going to be Lakers.
I think it's San Antonio.
The Lakers are superior across the board. They have more energy. They have home court advantage.
I know, but
they have the Mamba. They have the Mamba. Kobe Bryant, who can explode on you whenever he wants.
So can
Who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him?
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is going to stop himself. He's gone into foul trouble every game except for the last one.
Tim Duncan,
he's going to stop himself. He cannot stop Gasol. He can't stop him. Without getting into foul trouble.
Get out of there. Get a Fenway
He cannot stop the combination.
Curry crowd. Look at you, Fenway dog.
Listen, he cannot stop the combination of Lamar Odom and Paul Gasol without getting into foul trouble. He's been out of the game every third and fourth quarter.
Gasol's a non-factor.
He's a non-factor.
He just
really
has one.
It looks like every time.
He's like
every single time I look at the TV, you see Kobe just giving him that little
floater. No tomahawk. Who is this guy?
He hasn't even exploded in this series, and he's still having a factor.
Because he can.
Yes, he
push
can.
up the shove. Tim Duncan will put his head down, split the double team, and tomahawk it towards the hoop.
That's like he did.
Gasol can't do that.
You know who can do that though?
Who?
Kobe Bryant.
Exactly.
And you know who hasn't been stopped this series? Lamar Odom. Who's stopping him?
Lamar Odom is having
Who's stopping Lamar Odom?
Time out.
Can you name me?
Lamar Odom has looked bad on the road sometimes.
He's looked great in this series.
At the end of the day,
he's looked great in this series.
Rudy Tomjanovich said this in 1996 when they won a championship, the number 4 seed. They said, number 6 seed. What was it? Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. Yep. Okay? People continually say they're old. They're old. Tim Duncan's 32.
No,
he's in his prime.
I didn't say they're old. I said they're looking old.
Parker's 26.
They're looking old.
No, everybody
They're
else
looking old. They're looking old. Their bench is. Oh, when I see the bench from the Lakers come out there, they look great.
Please, Daniel.
They look great.
Answer your question. When was the last young team win a championship? When was the last young team win a championship?
But they're not a young team. I didn't say they're a young team. I said they're playing young. Kobe Bryant is not young by any facet of the imagination.
Kobe Bryant, but everyone else.
And he's a champion, for the record.
Yes, he is.
He's a champion.